Samanan, guys. As we so Isol, I did a video about decentering men, which came from a podcast that we did on Amachita, or Amachens rather, and it's crazy because in one day, one day, I've had 4 people talk to me about that video, and I was just like, hey, yes, hey, and like 2 women, 2 men, and all 4 just so happen to be single. And it's so interesting when you chop it up and unpack, Gucci, what they liked, what they didn't like. Obviously, a lot of the females spoke around decentering men and how they agree with that ideology. And Lamachita were just talking about, because the video was a bit aggressive and maybe targeted a lot to females, because the whole concept is, again, a female censored thing, in the sense of it's them that want to decenter men, etc., etc. But in the conversations I was having, and the conversations I had then after, and just my own thoughts, I was like, as these single people self-sabotage. Like the single mindset. And when I'm saying single mindset, you could be in a relationship, but your mindset is of a single person, and you self-sabotage. So I'm sitting in the Uber and I'm just like writing down notes. I'm trying to be more professional. I want to growth. And I'm writing down notes just around single people, and why I know so many amazing single people. I know great people who are females or who are women. Because just 2 seconds, let me just take a step back. Bosses, what's wrong with calling Nina my female? Njalo mangita ma female, you guys, woman, not female. Bosses. So I know OCC who are amazing a woman, and I know Amachita who are amazing men, and they single. And even when they get into a relationship, they remain single. And again, I'm talking about a mindset here more than anything. Like even in a relationship, they single. And I'm like, you guys always self-sabotage. Like it's almost like you're fighting yourself to not being in a loving relationship. Like it's crazy. So I'm trying to write down notes, and I'm like, hey man, what's happening? So just bear with me. The big thing, number one, well, it might not be big, but it's big to the guys that I was thinking about, who I think are machita grand, but they stay single, is the fear of being vulnerable. Yeah, machita saba, guys. Yo, machita wafunu ba heads. Yeah, but no, machita are like, even when they meet, like usiso grand, they try and play, is it the word aloof? They try to play cool, they want to calm, collected. Agafuna ukutshengisa ukuthi he actually really cares about her, or he wants to be in a relationship. Or see, we'll see a guy, oh my God, he's so amazing, but she doesn't want to make that fear of being vulnerable. It's linked to a fear of rejection, maybe from childhood, maybe some experiences in your adult life. But again, people are so scared of being vulnerable, and they watch amazing people pass by. Amazing people. Hey, bro, didn't you say you like that chick? Nah, dog. Now she's in a relationship with another guy. Because you don't want to put yourself out there, because you didn't want to get rejected. So you didn't go for it. So didn't you say good to Paul, such an amazing guy? Yeah, no, it just wasn't our time. So you didn't go and talk to him? You didn't go tell him how you feel because you're scared of getting rejected? We grew up in a time where even if Umuntu's got a person, we take them from their person. No. I'm the main character. I'm not promoting negative things, but this is my life, fam. This is my life. I'm not gonna hold back now because she just so happens to have a husband. Fuck that husband. That's what divorce is about. But I'm just trying to say, Wuti, you need to go to a point where you actually put yourself out there and you actually jump and you take the risk. So that point one of just fear of being vulnerable, it really hit me. Wuti, The second one where I've done a lot of videos is this unrealistic expectations. He needs to be 6 foot tall. He needs to make R1 billion a day. He needs to have no kids. He needs to have this. He needs to have an 8-pack on top of his 6-pack. He needs to, like, legit, you speak to people with unrealistic expectations. I've got friends of mine who are 38 years old and they're still talking about big booty, perky titties. Well, they will describe a slay queen that they see on social media, but with the qualities of like our grandmothers, she can cook, she can clean, she respects menus or tea, she's humble, she does this, she does that, she stays at home, she doesn't drink, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't. So they'll have this slave queen wrapping, how they look, these girls, yet they'll have like our great grandmothers, like intrinsic. And I'm saying, bro, how many of those people do you know? Like how many? You 38. You work a good job. You take home 25K. Great, well done. You live in a 1-bedroom place. You have a decentish car. Yeah, sharp. The girls that you are describing based on your social media, their profiles, they standing next to a private jet, bro. Like, and on top of that, they might have the wrapping, but again, you can see them popping bottles, and you already said you don't want girls that pop bottles. You can see them busy smoking happily, and you said you don't want. It's so hard because our expectations are so unrealistic. They're so unrealistic. And on top of that, like, why would they be with you? So I think number 2 with single people self-sabotaging is their unrealistic expectations. On both ends, guys. I'm trying to be very neutral. I'm not trying to be male heavy, female heavy. I've done videos about females and how delusional they've been in their expectations. But I've also done videos on how male can be really, really delusional on their expectations. So, guys, number 2 is these like unrealistic expectations. It's a really big thing. And then I think this is a sensitive one, and I know Woody, for me as well personally in a relationship, is this thing of past hurts and past baggage. I carry a lot of that. I struggle to let go of my past pain, where I have been hurt, and you end up bleeding on those that actually didn't hurt you. Usisi didn't do anything, but because of Vopales, Nomfund, Prudence, Bongile, whenever Fika Benza 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now, this lady has to now carry those burdens of other people, and it really breaks you because it's so hard to build trust. Yes, that guy cheated on you. Yes, that guy cheated. Yes, that guy did this. But this guy might not be that guy. He might, or he might not. But you're carrying this and you're already putting it on him. So it's really hard, man. I think for the most part, a lot of us need some sort of therapy. We need to find umfundis that we can speak to so that we can actually let go of this really crazy baggage, because we end up pushing people away. Because I'm tired of having to carry the nonsensical things that your ex did. I'm tired of that. This past baggage, I'm tired of it. And again, I'm going to say something very sensitive, and I know people are going to get touched. Maybe your kids are your past baggage. You have baby mama drama, and now you and your child, now you bring it into this situation. So every 2 days when you're busy telling this lady about your ex and this and that, and the fact, that's why also men don't want to date women with kids, because they understand that past relationship will it will infiltrate here, and this guy will live rent-free in this home because you'll be complaining about him all the time. He's not sending enough money, he's not spending enough time with the kids, he's not doing this, he's not doing that, he's not doing that. So now all of a sudden your past is literally a reality in our present lives. So I think that one is also a huge one. So number 3 is just, guys, just be very, very cognizant of past hurt and past baggage. I'm in a relationship, and I'm telling you, for me, I'm struggling badly with that thing. So it's that. Point 4, I don't know if you guys are following, is overthinking and self-doubt. Overthinking and self-doubt. And when we sat on the podcast, one of the ghost ladies, when she'd speak about men, you can see and pick up what she's created stories in her mind, and the stories may be true, or the stories may not be true, or the stories may be based on the men that she has been exposed to. But because she has these stories, she's already done this, painted these pictures. She's already told herself, in this relationship, this is what it will look like. She's already told herself, look, if he doesn't respond in this time, then he's obviously with another bitch. Tina, we do the same as guys. She went, okay, you're overthinking all these things, and you're creating all these stories in your mind. And I think that's also another way of just planting insecurities and doubts within yourself. And there, you start self-sabotaging. It's such an easy thing. And I know we've all done that. Whether in a relationship or not, we tend to overthink, And again, I'm not saying people are perfect, because people will say, hey, if you feel, and they're cheating. So it comes from a point of, it's real. But again, if you're going to constantly live there, and then you're going to put it on someone, They might not have been doing it, and you're going to put it on I could be in a meeting. Sometimes we are in meetings and your phone is in your pockets and I didn't hear it ring, didn't get your message. I didn't see your message before I got into the meeting, and the meeting is an hour and a half long. So you send me a meeting, oh, you haven't responded in an hour and a half. Fam. And even post the meeting, I might have other things that I've been doing with. So again, we need to be very cognizant of the stories that we create in our minds with overthinking and having self-doubt. Point number 5. And again, I'm going to keep smashing people that I know, in the sense of a lot of my guy friends and a lot of the females that I know, ladies that I know who are in their 30s, they're too independent. They way independent, and as a result, they haven't, or they don't have room for someone else. You've got your own house, you've got your own car, you've got your own this, you've got your this, you've got your own this. So even when we're in a relationship and we need to move in together, where are we going to stay? Oh, leave my place. Okay, sharp. Now that you've left your place, you're renting it out, it always becomes an option when you guys are fighting for you to leave. It always becomes an option, and I've heard it 1,001 times where people say, actually, let me just go back to my place. So if you've watched movies within ancient Greece or whatever those type of movies, or Troy, they'll always say burn the boats. Burn the boats. Don't give a person an option B. Make sure that when you're in here, you're in it. So if it means that one of us gets rid of all our furniture, we get rid of all of this, we sell out because we need to get rid of the boats, so that we don't have a place to fall back on. And I know we're scared, going back to that, we don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to actually, put ourselves out there like that. As a result, you always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Because you're so independent. You've been single for 5 years. So emotionally, you don't need this guy or this girl. You've got a helper. So you can cook. I'm the only loser guy that doesn't cook. All my mates cook. All my mates clean. All my mates do all those things. They're incredibly domesticated and they driven career guys, at the same time. Same with sisters. They can all cook, clean, and they're driven career women. So now when we come together, what are we trying to do? Then it becomes clash of heads, because now then we come in, yet there's now relationship dynamics. He needs to provide this, she needs to provide that, but we also must be equal. So it really does muddy the waters, and it becomes such a challenge in a relationship when you're too independent, where you need to allow your partner to take control at times, and then you take control at times. But again, you are 38, you've lived this life for the past 6 years. It's hard for you to let go. I get that. It's a real hard one, because again, like your strength, your independence, your strength, it pushes people away, because we all want to feel needed. We all want to feel needed, men and women alike. We all want to feel needed, and if you're just too strong at times, it's a bit off-putting. You're wearing the suit of armor. It's hard in a romantic relationship. The last point that I want to make, point 6, is choosing the wrong person. Choosing the wrong person. In terms of self-sabotaging, you see it time and time again. Guys are looking for the wrong indicators. They're looking for the wrapping. The wrapping is more important than what is inside, or the cover of the book is more important than what is inside the actual book. And I think already by doing that, you've set yourself up to fail. You've set yourself up to fail. I've seen and spoken to so many females who are looking at the wrong indicators. They're looking at height. Height doesn't tell me if a guy is a good guy or not. It doesn't tell me if he's a dick, doesn't tell me if he's a loser. Height has no real significance on whether this guy will be a great partner in terms of the intrinsic things in the long term for you. But we use that as an indicator. And we're like, oh my God, and he's tall, dark, and handsome. He might be tall, dark, handsome, fucking a serial killer. He might like. So when you look at that, those the rapper, it throws you off, and on top of that, there's something to be said in terms of we also subconsciously attract how do I say this right? Because in you guys will get hurt. We sometimes attract the people that we are, and we're not fully healed. we don't seek therapy, we don't seek counsel. So sometimes you attract certain people, and if we are broken people, we tend to at times attract other broken people. So I think we're very, very bad. We don't know how to pick good partners. It's something that I've spoken about ad nauseum. Us older guys, we don't go to the younger chaps and say, hey, try picking women that are like this, like this. We don't have it perfect yet, but over the years we've kind of got some sort of yabona and OCC that are also in their 30s or their 40s or their 50s to go back to the younger ladies and say, hey, girls, maybe look for these type of values and these type of values rather than this, because those tend to be red flags over the duration of your relationship. So just again to recap, I think I said 6 points. 1 is fear of being vulnerable. 2 is unrealistic expectations. 3 is your past hurts and your baggage. 4 is overthinking, self-doubt. 5 is being too independent or misindependent. And 6 is choosing the wrong partner. I have many videos on each of these points, and I know those videos might have been very female heavy, but it's an opportunity for a machita to actually take a look at themselves. And again, when I say single, you might be in a relationship, but you are single. I want to be very, 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 very clear. A lot of people will be in a relationship 2-3 months, and you're a serial dater because of 1, you don't want to be alone, but 2, you don't know how to not sabotage yourself. So just let me know what you guys think in the comments below about this. But it's been something I've been thinking about, especially because of the conversations I've been having about decentering men, the conversations I've been having about relationships. Guys, the streets are cold. Streets are cold. We don't want to die alone. We want someone to love you, someone to kiss you, someone to embrace you, someone to assist you and motivate you outside of your friendship group, outside of your family, someone who can be intimately yours. But anyway, share this video far and wide. Just start those conversations. Squaz cool son. I mean, guys, like, subscribe, do all those amazing things. Have yourselves a fantastic day. And Santa, guys.